Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
In Radio Times, trusted UK media outlet, radiotimes.com, is saying that Jodie Whittaker is rumored to be leaving Doctor Who. This is in.
Oh, really? Weren't they the ones that said that was a lot of bunk and nonsense?
It was nonsense. It was nonsense. She's not leaving. It's YouTube.
And haven't they done other things too? Like they've called out people and then it turned out they were right too multiple times.
Yes, they have. This happens a lot with the media, with the mainstream media. They always throw shade at insiders and YouTubers and people that basically report on rumors and news that are not part of the establishment. Yeah, if a YouTuber says, hey, we're hearing Jodie Whittaker's gonna leave, they'll be like, no, you can't believe it because it came from YouTube and they're just a bunch of liars.
But when they say it, you're supposed to accept it and believe it because it's them.
It's not true until radiotimes.com. Radiotimes.com publishes it. But before we talk about that, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 198,000 subs.
Woo! I can't believe it.
That is crazy. So, yeah, I think we're going to hit 200,000 here in the next couple days.
Yeah, I just don't know what we're going to do for that.
I have no idea. It
came on pretty quick.
Maybe we can celebrate with some Doctor Who period panties.
Yeah, it's funny because Neon was like, there's panties. I'm like, no, those are period panties. No, they're panties. I'm like, no, look at the TARDIS. There's like a stream coming out of it, like blood. It's called It's My Time. They're period panties. And he's like, no, they're not.
That's the time vortex.
Is it bigger on the inside? That's the question.
During a few days a month, it might be.
Well, I do think it's bigger on the inside in general.
I don't know,
but yeah.
She's crawling out of the TARDIS on the back end, holding her sonic tampon, and it's my time. Yes, it's her time to shine. I thought these were official children's panties at first.
No, they're hence it's my time. They're period panties.
Well, I thought it was like, I'm a kid. It's my time now. Down here, it's our time.
No, you don't want to put it's my time. It's our time.
Up there, it's their time, but down here, it's our time.
No. We're not going Goonies on these underpants. You don't do that. No, just stop talking.
Do they have Goonies? They have Ghostbusters.
I have Golden Girls, granny panties. Oh my God, that's beautiful. They're sold out though, but that's amazing. The Bone Zone, Masters of the Bone Zone. Okay, that's fun.
Bustin' makes me feel good.
Oh my God. And then there's like white stuff.
All right, anyway, we've seen enough. I think it's time to change the channel.
See, you're the one that went down there.
It's a joke. There's several jokes. Lots of jokes.
After I said it, I thought that was wrong choice of words. Anyway.
Those panties are the most amusing thing about Doctor Who in the last 3 years.
Those panties were the most amusing thing about it, period.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Most amusing thing about Doctor Who, period. Yeah, so now Radio Times is saying, yeah, Jodie Whittaker is going to leave Doctor Who. Does anybody care at this point?
I don't care, but I checked out like way back, so.
I used to get so angry about it. I used to be so mad because Doctor Who was one of the few shows that I watched as soon as it aired. It wasn't like I didn't DVR it. I didn't, watch it later on Hulu or Amazon or whatever. It's like I watched it live.
Well, you watched it with your family too.
Yes,
we all watched it.
And you guys all dropped off one by one, and I was the last one standing. And I finally dropped off. I'm like, this is a dumb show.
I honestly am like, why? Wait, she hasn't left yet? I mean, I'm just, honestly, I don't care.
I think they could cancel Doctor Who tomorrow, given the ratings decline. They could just stop making new Doctor Who now that it's been on hiatus because of the pandemic. I don't think anybody would notice. It's not like they're selling a lot of official merchandise. You have to go to some third-party site to go get your period panties.
Well, even when they did the Build-A-Bears, they started out with Whittaker and they placed her with Matt Smith, then didn't they?
Yeah.
It was David Tennant and Jodie Whittaker's bears, and then they replaced her with Matt Smith because nobody cared.
Yeah, it's just because you hate women.
No, and that's the bad thing. A female doctor might have worked out well. And she might not have been that bad. Had we had stories that were good, had we not spent the first season making the bad guy man and actually went into the villains people knew because they wanted to be cheap ass. I mean, it might not have, it might not have been so bad. But
you've heard of Kick-Ass.
That's cheap ass.
His nemesis, cheap ass.
Yeah, they're not kick ass. But they did. They spent the entire, time like, did I tell you how bad you are because, you're a man, so you're bad, or people are bad because of this or that or whatever. And it's like if they had just
bad.
Right. Orange man, even worse. If they had
bad, it's my time now.
If they had just given her good stories to work with, like we had with David Tennant or Matt Smith or whatever, then it might not have gone the way it did. Now, that's coming from a woman, so if you don't agree with me, I really don't care. And it's not like that time of my month.
Yeah, well, Jodie Whittaker's run, her viewers are definitely bleeding out.
Oh,
see what I did there?
How clever you are.
Shocking
oh,
rate. I mean, it's so weird because everybody tuned in to watch the first episode. I think they were fascinated with the idea, and it could have been done very well. But it was a very boring, very ham-fisted, very preachy, political.
Yeah, the preachy was what
boring.
And they didn't even have characters you knew, like the bad guys you knew. It was just, preachy, bad. And then they tried to save it later. And then it was too late.
Well, no, it was bad. It was like, okay, so then the season 12, they're like, let's bring the Master back. Let's bring the Jadoom back. Let's bring the Daleks back, Cybermen back. Cool. Okay, and let's also retcon the Doctor's origin.
Oh, yeah, that was dumb. And what the heck were you thinking on that
Let's just completely turn 60 years of history on its ear.
Because we can.
Oh, my God, and all the men are angry.
Well, it wasn't just men. That's what gets me. Is they do this shit, and they piss off fans in general, and they try to spin it like, oh, it's just the men that are mad. They're doing that now with the He-Man Tila thing. They're already starting that. The apologists are like, well, I don't know why you have a problem with the Tila show. It's not about that. But they keep trying to make it that way. And I'm honestly sitting here like, well, what's more misogynistic? That or the fact that they were so, they didn't think that Tila could carry her own show and they were that not confident in a woman having her own show that they called it Masters of the Universe and tried to trick people? I mean, which one's more misogynistic there? I'm just saying. Stop blaming it on men. There's a lot of women who don't like it either.
All right. So this is kind of what they did with David Tennant. They're saying that she's going to leave after the next couple of specials. Again, who the hell cares at this point? Very funny coming from Radio Times. It's just like, it's a bunch of bullshit. Nobody's gonna. It's nonsense.
Radio Times, bunch of bullshit. Sounds right. Okay, go ahead.
Speculation that Jodie Whittaker could be leaving Doctor Who after the upcoming 13th series has been gaining momentum since the beginning of the year. No, for like 2 years now. We had a pandemic in there. Remember, guys, this show went on hiatus because they couldn't film it. So she's actually been on her way out for probably a year or two. And now the mainstream media is like, oh, well, it's her time because, she's been there longer than some of the other ones.
It's her time.
It's her time. It's her time now. It's my time. It's my time. Yeah, the original rumor was she was going to jump ship, jump out of the burning TARDIS because her agents were telling her, hey, Jodie, your career is in trouble. Like if you're known as the woman who destroyed Doctor Who, you're going to be pretty unemployable. So.
Well, they're going to, get this weight. They're going to bring a 14th one in. So I'm sure they'll find a better way to ruin it than Whittaker.
Oh, yeah. I have no doubt. Because you can never go back. So do you think there's going to be another white dude in the TARDIS? Hell no.
No.
They're going to make sure that the next Doctor is the diverse Doctor ever. The diversest Doctor ever.
It was like, when they had, was it Bill on there? And you had to know every episode that she was a lesbian because every episode they had to make sure you knew that.
Hi, I'm Bill and I'm gay.
Even though
I'm gay Bill.
No reason for it. And it didn't make, the character any more interesting or, like more likable, less likable. They just had to say every time just so you made sure you knew.
They call me Bill because I'm gay.
Because don't you know that when you're somebody, whether you're straight, gay, or otherwise, that is your main characteristic and your main defining quality.
Hi, I'm hetero neon. How you doing?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I like vaginas. How you doing? I'm sorry, I didn't tell you my name. I just thought I needed to lead with
How much you like vaginas?
How much I like vaginas.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, a report from the Mirror, reputable site there, claims Whittaker's regeneration has moved to later next year. Of course, we had a year in there that they couldn't film anything. According to the outlet's source, Whittaker will appear in 2 specials after a shorter Series 13 before the 14th Doctor takes over. The BBC declined to comment on the story when Radio Times reached out for confirmation, so nothing is set in stone. The Mirror also noted that 2022 Doctor Who Annual will not have Whittaker on the cover. Oh,
who they put on the cover?
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, they're going to feature the current Time Lord?
This year's annual is the first.
It wouldn't feature Time Lord. It's going to have the TARDIS. Oh.
That's a slap in the...
I'm sorry I read it wrong the first
period
time. Because reading's fundamental and it's hard for me sometimes.
So wait a second.
Slap in the panties. Okay, you don't have to do that.
Second.
That's harassment.
First female Doctor. 57-year history with this publication. And they're not going to put her on the cover. Wow. That says a lot.
Well, don't worry. I didn't do the cover, but I can assure you she's on the inside on nearly every page because it's bigger on the inside. They put the bigger ones on the inside.
They didn't put her on the cover because people wouldn't buy it.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Is that harsh? That's not harsh. That's truthful. You know, when we go to Epcot and we go to the UK Pavilion, where they historically have had a lot of Doctor Who merchandise. In fact, we used to go in there looking specifically for Doctor Who merchandise. Kids used to love Doctor Who when Doctor Who didn't suck. There's like no Jodie Whittaker merchandise. So at least there wasn't last time.
There might be now. I don't know. When we were there last, there wasn't. Really.
Very, very little Doctor Who. And when you see all the big events and the big Finish audio and the comic books and all the tie-in merchandise, it's usually David Tennant. Now we got Eccleston in there and Matt Smith. She's not popular, guys.
I'm sorry. No matter, that's what makes me mad. Just in general, not just other stories. What makes me mad is when you tell the truth or you point out like something that's obvious or that's you factually you're basing it on that. These people that are this ass mad about it or sit there calling you names and yelling at you, and it's like just because you don't like something doesn't make it not true. And that's what I have a problem with, is this whole idea that that's a Twitter mentality. I don't like it, so but therefore it's not true. But it's true. It proofs in the pudding.
Blood pudding?
No, ew, no.
Anyway.
I was like, what are you doing? Okay.
Yeah, it's like this whole, this is my truth. My truth.
My truth.
My truth is Jodie Whittaker is the best Doctor of all time, and she's going to be here forever.
My truth is there's the truth, and then there's bullshit. Sorry.
All right, it's worth remembering that it's all speculation at this point, and 13 has recently been featured front and center on Doctor Who novelizations and spin-off games.
So has other Doctors, though, in that time frame. Just pointing that out there.
As well as Doctor Who calendars for 2022.
She's been featured with other Doctors on the Doctor Who calendar for 2022.
Plus, in previous years, when the incumbent Doctor was officially leaving the show, they featured on Doctor Who annual covers anyway, so it's hard to take Whittaker's absence as any kind of evidence one way or the other. But this is odd. It's the first in the show's 57-year history not to feature the current Time Lord on the cover, going for a cartoon illustration of the TARDIS.
It doesn't make any sense. Oh, it does. That's not proof of anything. Sure. Sure, Skippy.
Yeah, for now it's possible. Whittaker could have plenty more time in the TARDIS, though.
They're still going to double down on this?
Though, as ever in the world of Doctor Who, the future is uncertain. So we could be wrong. We could be right. You may be right. You may be wrong.
But it's okay this is like when Kevin Smith does it. It's okay when they speculate and they report on rumors, and then it's okay when they do it. But when other people do it, how dare you? You're wrong, and it's nonsense. Nonsense. But when we do it, it's okay.
Nonsense,
okay
they called it. Like a year ago, they say it's nonsense that she's leaving the show. She's the best ever. Doctor Who's never been better. You can't go by
numbers. We use numbers like that's a lie. It's like there's the numbers right there.
Numbers were invented by the patriarchy. You can't trust numbers. Trust the science. But don't trust the numbers.
And don't trust the science either. It depends on what they're talking about.
Oh, God. Yes. Anyway, so that's it, guys. Radio Times admitting that the end might be near for Jodie Whittaker. I think it's true. I think she's going to jump ship. I would.
I think it's been going on.
I'd be like, the hell, let's get out of here. Personally, I think they should just give Doctor Who a rest. Let it sleep.
Oh, I think the next one's gonna be way worse.
Oh, I have no idea.
And they're gonna be like, hold my beer. You know, and then they get mad when people don't like it. Like, because they say, I hate this, and Hollywood's like this too, because they say you have to watch it, because they say if you don't, you're a bad person, that you're supposed to just, yeah, well, yes, you're right. I'm going to take your effing insults and your, you know, belittlement and all your bullshit, and I'm just going to reward you by listening and watching your show. No, people are like, screw you, I don't have to listen to your shit, nor do I have to watch your shitty show.
Yeah, well, that's what's going on with all these franchises now. Like, they're like, well, we don't need the old audience. And they realize,
well, fine.
They realize the old audience is the audience that has a disposable income to buy all the merchandise and stuff.
For the ones that have been keeping it going, and the new audience is on something. The people that are like, they're going after don't even watch the show. No, sometimes. I mean, like, not necessarily this one, but, you know, in general.
I caught some clips on TikTok. That's basically watching the show.
Yeah, I know. And I'm going to make all my assumptions based on that. Or my friend told me this about that person, that about this person. I didn't actually check for myself, but ew. Because my friend said.
You must be a Nazi. I'm not even sure what Nazis really are, but I think they're bad.
I think they voted for Trump, even though it's his British show.
Yeah, they did.
Anyway.
So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
All right. Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. And we'll talk to you later.
Bye.